Lehigh moved up to number 7 in the coaches poll with another win in Week 7, and the Mountain Hawks enter their first bye week as one of 8 undefeated teams left in the FCS. Lehigh continued its dominance in the rushing game on both sides of the ball, moving up to number 3 in rush defense and remaining steady at number 5 in rushing offense. Hi, I'm Paige Messier in the Patriot League studio. Lehigh continues to rack up the headlines and the rankings, but it was Georgetown that enjoyed the limelight all last week despite being on the bye. Jimmy Kimball's Hail Mary touchdown catch went viral and even landed him an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Georgetown returns to the field for the first time since its walk-off win over Morgan State, and the Hoyas will host Colgate in a Patriot League showdown at 1 p.m. Holy Cross will travel to Richmond for the other Patriot League matchup, while Fordham, Bucknell, and Lafayette face non-league opponents. Richmond is coming off a comeback win at Colgate, which featured a late punt return for a touchdown by Javion Griffin. The 87-yard score put Richmond up for good and gave the program its first Patriot League win.
We want to do our best to try to get a W here. And I told our guys, I said, guys, it's the biggest game of the year, no question. And let's go out there and prepare and play like we're capable of playing, see what happens, and then just take a deep breath, man. We need it. We need a deep breath after Saturday.
Lafayette will also face a winless team on Saturday as the Leopards travel to FBS Oregon State for a late 10 p.m. kickoff. Oregon State is 0-7 on the season, and the Beavers will have to go up against the FCS squad that is ranked 7th in rushing defense. Lafayette's run game on offense is just as strong after a monster performance last week against Bucknell, where the Leopards racked up 361 yards on the ground and 670 yards of total offense in a 62-24 win. 216 of those yards came on 3 big plays.
Came out and played with a lot of energy. I think we started a little bit slow, but I think the critical point in the game was right before half. Obviously we scored in a 2-minute drill and then got a turnover and scored again, then came out after half and scored again. So you always talk about the last 4, the first half, first 4, the second half, and it created 21 points for us or 20 points for us. So our kids were just really dialed in. They played with a lot of energy, and you got to do a lot of good things to score 62 points, and not just on one side of the ball, but in all 3 phases.
Lafayette's win moved the Leopards to 3-0 and atop the conference standings. Lehigh is 2-0 and will return to league play in Week 9 against Fordham. All 4 FCS games this weekend will kick off on ESPN+, while Lafayette's game at OSU will be televised on the CW. Follow us on social for all the highlights and check in Sunday night for the Credit Union 1 top plays of the week. I'll see you back here next week.